Which mug should we choose? If you had to choose, which one are you going with? I think it's this one. I've been doing my coffee with just half and half and then brown sugar, but we don't have, not a lot of half and half. I'm gonna mix a little bit of this in. There's a few things I wanna get done today / this weekend. Now that I'm working full time, love the weekends. Which, duh. Georgie had his first Halloween. We had him outside and we passed out candy. It was great. It was so good. This is not gonna be what I want it to be. It's okay. Yeah, that was too much. I tried to like foam it and there is just nothing there. I'm walking to the gym right now. I love living in a little walkable neighborhood. Oh my god. I think they're doing like a little, like a doggy training class in the park. So I have an incline walk today or the Stairmaster for 15 to 20 minutes. And then a lift. I don't know if I talked about this on the vlog, but I hired a running coach to train with for my next couple races, which aren't for like a while, but he has me on like a little plan right now, which has been good. I'm not doing any like structured workouts at this point. It's just easy runs and some like lifting and mobility work. I'm really happy that I went ahead and hired a coach. He's very affordable. I don't want to say cheap because that like, I don't know, speaks to the quality of the service, and I don't think it's cheap. I was using Runner for my last marathon, and I am happy to not be using it anymore. I will say I happily deleted the app. One, I don't like how Runner just utilizes AI to build their plans. The less AI I can use, the better. I think I actually ended up getting hurt while I got hurt while I was on the plan. I can't like say for certain, oh, this caused my injury. I think it's like super accessible for someone looking to get into running. I don't know, I think with any like significant distance, I don't know, like if you're just looking to like be a little bit more active, learn how to run, maybe do a 5K or something like that, you'll probably be fine. But any significant distance without, you know, proper time and training and background, I don't know if it's good enough. I'm happy to have like a human coach. If I can pay a little bit more for an actual person, then I'm gonna do that. I went to Target to pick up some products. In the last video I showed how I'm like trying to style wavy hair. I don't have like overtly wavy hair, but I'm trying to cosplay as someone who has wavy hair. Also, my hair is just like, oh good, my battery's dead. Oh good. Anyways, my hair is just like falling out. It was happening maybe this time last year. I don't know what it is, but it literally is coming out like in clumps. You should see the shower. We got a new hair dryer that has like a diffuser attachment on it, and I wanted to try it. I tried it yesterday, the day before, and it didn't work. So I think I need to add more product in my hair to like actually hold and define the curls. Would it have behooved me to do all the same brand and line? Maybe, but I didn't. Curl cream. I got the mini size because I'm like, what if I don't like it, you know? And then I got the smaller size of this gel as well. I haven't used hair like gel since I was in middle school. A mousse and like a light hair oil. I also have, okay, this is, we're doing way too much is happening right now. Wow. I filled up my sink with water because I'm gonna try the bowl method. I might be doing too much. I really might be doing too much. All right, I'm really glad I didn't waste my time showing you how I achieved this look. Why is it so bad? I just spent like a half hour on this. How's the back look? If you have curly or wavy hair, I need you to leave me some tips. This looks like if I handed a 6-year-old a curling iron and I said, try your best. Yeah. I feel so defeated. This is the first thing that's really pissed me off all day. And it's, I don't know, like 3 o'clock, so I guess that's pretty good. It's just the fact that I just spent all of this money on this stuff. I'm so glad I didn't like go to Sephora and buy like a $40 mousse or something like that. These are all like relatively inexpensive. Maybe I need to use more product for less frizz, but I didn't want it to like weigh my hair down. This is going to be the largest learning curve of my life. Okay, I feel a little bit better about it with these sunglasses. I don't know, maybe it's not good. It's not good, but like it's not as bad as I thought it was. I think the top sections are okay. Underneath is no one's business. I have some life admin stuff to sort out. We're gonna walk to a coffee shop, sit down. I'll probably be there a little bit longer than he is, but we have to figure out our finances. Put on this comfy outfit, again, to make me feel better about the hair situation. I got these pants while I was getting hair stuff. They're just like a very cozy knit chocolate brown situation. I don't have any good lounge pants. I have leggings, but sometimes I just don't want to wear leggings. I feel like these are more of like a stylish choice. And they're actually comfier in my opinion. Oh, and this is a ruby, like a lab-grown ruby tennis necklace that I got from Aurate. They kindly sent it my way and I think it's super stunning. It's like something that what do you have? Oh, good, plastic wrap. I feel like it's something that I'll have forever and then pass on to someone, a daughter or niece or whoever wants it. I don't know, I might die and then it'll end up in my estate sale, I don't know. But if you're looking, I mean, this is like not cheap or even like inexpensive by any means, especially for my current budget, but they kindly sent it to me. I would consider purchasing like as a gift for like the holidays or like graduation or something like that. Something from Aurate because they have really nice stuff. And I think the retail of this necklace, I checked the other day, was like $1,200 or $1,300, $1,400, something like that. But their price online is $500, like between $400 and $600, I believe, which is significant. This is not sponsored, obviously. I just want to talk about it because it's cute. And I feel like you can dress it up easily or dress it down literally wearing pajama pants. I've been putting off a bunch of this like life administrative stuff. I haven't got my car registered in Pennsylvania. I don't have, truly my car isn't registered in Ohio. It's not registered anywhere it's expired. I don't have a PA license. I have to get like my car inspected in Pennsylvania. That wasn't a thing I had to do in Ohio. I have to like figure some of that stuff out, finance stuff. We're gonna get a joint account. We're not like fully combining finances. I do not want to do that. I think it's really important for me to have like my own finances and income. But just for like joint expenses and stuff that we spend, like rent and utilities and groceries and stuff like that, instead of like having to send like Zells and Venmos and whatever back and forth, just pulling from that joint account. So we're gonna figure out some of that stuff. how much we're putting in that joint account. Maybe it's just because I'm far away and I'm like looking in the viewfinder, but it doesn't look that bad. I'm a little bit delusional though, so. I burnt my toast a little bit. I'm making a little bit of lunch currently. I'm making a breakfast sandwich for lunch. Sue me. And really the only reason it's a breakfast sandwich is because there's an egg on it. I feel like anytime you put an egg on something, it automatically qualifies it as like breakfast or brunch. I've been making this sandwich for like years at this point. The newest addition is this hot pepper mustard that my friend William made me. I don't know, anytime like someone like hand makes something, food or anything else, it's a better option. Like I wouldn't go to a store and be like, oh, I'm really craving hot pepper mustard. But now that I have this, I'm like, I need more hot pepper mustard from William. And I'll do some cream cheese there too, an egg, slice of pepper jack cheese, and then a slice of ham. And then we've done a little breakfast Sammy. I tried to do my hair again. Why does this side look so much bigger? Whatever. I tried to do my hair again just because I want to keep practicing. It's really poofy. I think the frizz is like marginally less than yesterday. Like there's definitely like it's not straight. Like we can see the little wave pattern here. I think I have a lot of breakage in my hair. Like I was saying yesterday, my hair just like keeps falling out in clumps. I don't know why. So I think the breakage definitely doesn't help the frizz. Also my neck hurts so bad because I'm like leaning over the sink and I'm like diffusing my hair for a half hour. My friend Gretchen's gonna be here in like 10. Well, she said she was gonna be here at 1, but she is, oh, on my way to you now. She'll still be like 15 minutes. Love her. But she's like sometimes on her own timeline. And she knows that. She calls it Gretchen time. I'm gonna help her film some stuff around the city. And I don't know. I have some other stuff I want to get done today. I want to use fabric dye my new throw pillows for my couch that I haven't showed yet. I'm really upset about the color though. Which is why I'm taking it upon myself to dye them. Charging my camera right now, some on my phone. These are the new pillows, these pink ones and then this one in the center. These pink ones, well, both of them I got off Etsy. These were supposed to be a lot darker pink, like almost hot pink. Not fuchsia, but like kind of like a true like brightish hot pink. They're kind of like a baby pink, millennial pink, almost like lavender. And I really dislike them. So I'm going to attempt to dye these with like a synthetic fabric dye. I do like this one though. I'm sitting in our bedroom. We have this, you can't see on this side, this purple chair that was in, if you were watching while we lived in Buffalo, in that little corner nook in our living room, we had this purple chair, kind of our reading nook, and it didn't quite fit downstairs. Like it fit, but I didn't want it next to the couch. This chair and the couch are like a similar type of shape, in that they're kind of like big and blocky, and I wanted something a little more like leggy for our chairs. Does that make sense? Something that has like a little bit more space visually. Girl, I don't know. I made myself a cup of tea, mint tea, like peppermint or spearmint. Loving. But it's like cold and rainy out, but it was like drizzling / raining out when I was helping Gretchen film. Super cold and gloomy, so I just wanted to sit here in the quiet and drink a warm cup of tea. I'm also wearing the same pants that I got yesterday. These are just pants that you gotta drink a cup of tea with. You know, like a hot cup of tea. And Mike is making like a homemade lentil soup tonight for dinner. And that also just sounds like something, like an occasion that these knit sweatpants or lounge pants would be appropriate for, is eating a homemade lentil soup on a Sunday evening. So that's what I'm doing. I will link the pants below. I feel like I don't link a lot of stuff. A lot of things that I buy out are like either clearance stuff, so they're like not stuff that will be available by the time like you might click on a link to buy something, or I thrift a lot. But I will be linking these pants because I think they are great. Gretchen said the same thing. I got in the car and she's like, oh my God, can I feel your pants? And I was like, yes. This is also, speaking of Gretchen, her birthday was a couple weeks ago now, and me and my friend Meg, we like kind of went in on a couple little gifts for her. And one of the gifts was one of these lippies from Edam, but it's so nice because it's kind of like a lip balm, but also like a gloss. And there's this like metal tip applicator that feels very nice. I'm going to read a bit and journal a bit. I'm gonna read, except my book is over here, so let me grab that. This is the current read. I'm currently reading Martyr by Kava Akbar. I'm unwell with this book. So I had wanted to pick it up. I had seen some people talk about it like last year, I guess, when it was still hardcover. This is the paperback. And I don't know, I was just doing other things and reading other things and whatever. But I knew there were themes of like grief around it. And I had been in a bookstore just like kind of bopping around somewhere in Pittsburgh, and I popped in a bookstore and saw it, and I was like, today's the day. I'm almost halfway through it. If you don't know, I lost my brother-in-law earlier this year in February, and the book, again, I'm only halfway through it, but the book touches on grief and kind of like, I don't know, existentialism and just like what kind of purpose are you living for your life? Is your life worth living? And the main character is like so much like Will, my brother. Crazy. I think I like get too emotional reading it sometimes, and then I like stop like comprehending what the writing actually is, because then I'm just like at that point in my own head and whatnot. Again, I'm not finished with it, but I would highly recommend this book. Ooh, it's lemony.
But you'd say you could sub with like a green.
I got back from a run, which is why I'm looking like this. First snowy run of the year. I've been running with my hair down. I don't know. We're doing a little art project, little craft. I talked about these pillows, or these pillowcases rather. They're supposed to be like a hot pink. You tell me. I'm going to attempt to dye them, except I don't think my stainless steel pot is big enough to fit these two pillowcases. I might have to do one at a time. That's gonna require a lot of patience from me. Tomorrow, a cool, exciting thing is happening. We are touring a wedding venue. So super crazy, and I never thought I'd say that, but it's just like, this wasn't part of the plan. Our original plan was to just elope, go to the courthouse, call it a day. And then I decided I am a creative person, and my wedding will be cool and fun and cool if I had one. So we're gonna try something like that. Something else I've been thinking about kind of recently is just like how much I want to reject traditional values. Like, I don't want to get married in a church. Someone said to me, a patient said to me today, because they asked me what I was doing because I have tomorrow off. They asked me if I was doing anything for the day, and I said, yeah, this wedding venue or whatever. And they said, why don't you just do it at your church? And I said, you don't know me. I've just been thinking about, like, marriage and children and, like, people's expectations of that. And I'm not, like, excited to be a mother. I'm not like, oh my God, I can't wait to have a baby and, like, be a mother. I'm, like, so excited for that. I do not feel like that at all. That's not to say that I won't feel like that eventually. I'm planning, and, like, we're planning to have one child. If I have a child at this point in my life, I want one child and no more than that for myself personally. I was kind of going back and forth, so I'm checking my water temperature to make sure it's at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not like, oh my God, I can't wait to be a mom. I don't feel like that. And I don't know if I ever truly did. When I was at a point in my life where I may have said something like that, I think it was just what was expected. And so I was like, well, that's just, I have to be excited about that because that's just kind of my role, and that's what we're doing. Okay, hold on, I gotta focus right now. Oh my God, you know what, no. I know myself and I know I can't multitask this. This is an important conversation. We will pause it. I think it's been a week since we chatted. So I wanted to finish the conversation we were having, or I was having with this camera, about just like expectations for the rest of my life. Some, you know, just light conversations. Oh, I guess, but while I was doing that, I was doing these pillows. Here's how they turned out. Not exactly the color I was going for, but I think it's much better than that like baby pink lavender I had before. The way I washed them and how they dried, it's giving like a crushed velvet moment, which I also, you know, that wasn't in the plan, but color-wise, I think they're better. Hold on, before we get into our conversation, this is the whole couch situation as it stands. I don't even know if I've talked about our couch. This is a sofa from Quince, and it's more money than we had spent on our last couch. We got our last couch off Amazon, and it was fine for what it was, but it just wasn't gonna fit in this space. We really like this one. It's like a velvety material and it cleans really nicely. I've already spilled some stuff on it. I don't quite know where we left off, but I'm like entering the point in my life where a lot of my friends are having children. A lot of people that I went to high school with already have one or more children. Like I said, and I've probably talked about previously, I grew up in like a very religious culture, and that was kind of the norm to just get married and have children. And like I remember being like super upset and anxious that I wasn't engaged by the end of my junior year in college. Huh? What? Even now, like, how old am I? 29? Maybe I don't feel 29 because I feel like this, like, kind of last year was like, I'm now entering adulthood after I've finished schooling. But like, I still feel like I'm really young to get married. And I know like less and less people are having children or just like having children later in life. or they're having less children. I feel like women at this point, though it's not perfect, have more flexibility and agency and power than we've ever had before. So we're like able to be like, hey, do I really want children? Or like, do I want this many children? Or like, let me plan when I want to have children, or try to. Like I said before, I'm sure one day I'll be like ready to have a kid. I made myself a little snack. It's cold and windy. I took a hot shower. I didn't really need to shower. Like I showered late last night after we got home from this wedding, but I just needed to warm up. That being said, I also made myself a cup of tea, which is, we're exactly where we were last week at this time, basically. We're gonna sit on the couch. I'm working on a couple gift guides that I wanna get up soon. They'll probably be up by the time this video is available for you to watch also, but I will link them below. I'll post them on Instagram, maybe TikTok as well. That's another thing. I know I like kind of alluded to it maybe in my last video, that I've just been feeling like, what am I doing here creatively? Like stunted a little bit. I don't know. So, but I can't talk about that right now because I'm gonna watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which I'm sure is really helping to just, you know, stimulate me mentally.
I'm enjoying it and I'm just living in the moment, and that's that. So,
Hey. Okay, I think this is working. I wanted to end off the vlog, but also touch on kind of the reason why I originally was gonna film that vlog, or this vlog, and then I never actually got around to speaking on it. I mentioned it briefly, you just saw a minute ago. I wanted to talk about social media, on social media, which is very weird and meta. I had seen some other people kind of do this little screen recording format on their desktop, and I thought it was fun. So I'm doing it, which is like almost the entire thing that I'm going to talk about right now. So please save your judgment. Maybe a month and a half ago or something like that, I had a thought where I was like, screw it all, I'm done. I'm quitting YouTube and content creation and social media, at least in the way that I had been pursuing it for the last several years. I was like, I'm done with this. And I think that was right before I was going to start my period. And so that makes sense. But I also still kind of, the foundation of that thought was like still something to address. Kind of in the same vein of what I just mentioned, like I had seen someone else kind of doing this, so I thought it was fun and I wanted to do it. It feels like everyone is doing kind of the same thing on social media now, and I get that is kind of just a reflection of my own algorithm that I've kind of inadvertently created. Like I'm being fed kind of the same thing, or something that I would like to be doing but I'm not doing, or I'm not doing it as good as what's being fed to me. So it feels a little icky, okay, for lack of a better term. I took notes also on my own thoughts. That might just be called journaling. I'm not really sure. But it feels like everyone's doing a little bit the same thing. And some of it feels great. Some people I love watching and I love every time they post. Others, I don't want to say it's like a car wreck and I can't like look away, but I don't know how else to say that. And I don't want to come across as diminishing, for just to put it on, you know, to make everything clear, we'll say social media and influencing content creation is a very female centric industry, and I love that so many women find like a simple, accessible way to make a good amount of money. Love that. Okay, some of that content can be, for me, really exhausting to watch when it's just like product placement after product placement after commissionable link after you need this now, you know, and like I'm guilty of that as well. Full stop. I feel like that is so much of what content creation is now and what social media is at the present moment. And of course it's worse right now because we just had Black Friday and it's like the weekend after Thanksgiving as I'm currently filming this. But it feels that we aren't having original thoughts anymore. I don't know what the difference is between inspiration and a trend. And I feel like that line kind of can shift depending on, I don't even know what. Especially with the kind of like lifestyle niche that I'm in and that I consume. It's just like, day in my life, get ready with me, things like that. Hey, and again, guilty. Hey, guilty. And there's some people that I really enjoy watching, like I said, and others that just feels like, I don't know. I don't want to say inauthentic because again, I don't know. I don't know these people. Okay, it just doesn't make me feel good. And what doesn't make me feel good might make someone else feel great. So I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. That type of content can, for someone who does it in a way that I personally find inauthentic for whatever reason, when I'm consuming that content over and over again, it just does feel very exhausting. And as I was saying, I feel like we're not having original thoughts anymore. I'll tell you one thing. When I do have an original thought, I'm not on my phone. Like, I'm definitely not on my phone. My phone is either like not on me or it's just like off. Like, I'm not looking at it. I'm driving. Sometimes I drive without listening to anything. Or I ran the other day without listening to anything. Wild. It was great though. And I just have all these original thoughts, and thoughts that I think are original, okay? And not necessarily like ideas for like content. I'm not like just constantly thinking about things I can film, but just maybe things I can talk about that have a different perspective, or things that I haven't seen people talk about before that I could talk about. And again, these are things that I don't even have to post about necessarily. I could just bring them up in a conversation with a real person. How about that? But I feel like I need to start pursuing creative outlets that are not this. And I'll keep doing this, okay? I had a crash out, like I said, a month and a half ago. I'll be fine. But for however many years I've been doing this, I deemed this as my creative outlet, and I don't think I should be doing that anymore. I think it could be a creative outlet, but it doesn't need to be the creative outlet I choose. I also feel like I've been doing this for X amount of years, and I haven't been super successful in that. Again, whatever success means, but I don't have like tons of followers. I don't make loads of money off this. I make money here and there. But I was just kind of feeling, back when I was kind of crashing out over this a month and change ago, I was like, what's the point? It doesn't feel good or fun because of all of this stuff that we just talked about. And I'm not like getting anything tangible from it. Like, I'm not making money consistently. So what's the point? So I was kind of having that thought. But I do feel like I need to explore other creative outlets, like writing, or I had a strange thought this weekend that I want to get into drawing with oil pastels, which is a little bit random. But you know how people say, oh, explore the interests you had when you were a kid. This was always what I liked to do as a child. I was an internet kid. Like, I watched cartoons, okay? But I was the kid who came home from school and like got on my family's shared desktop computer and watched YouTube videos, especially the era of like the OG beauty YouTuber. And so that is how I entertained myself. Now that I've kind of realized I can't make this my only creative outlet, oil pastels. I am like recalling a very vivid memory when I was in elementary school. We were in art class and we started using oil pastels to draw, and I was like, oh, I like this. This is good shit. I don't know, just the way like the texture of it and like the vividness of the colors, I was super into. And so I was like, I should buy oil pastels and get into that. So I'm gonna do that. But those are my thoughts as of late. I'm gonna end the video. Thank you for watching, and I really appreciate if you made it all the way to this point. Leave a comment. Actually, let's talk about this. Please leave a comment. I'm literally begging you because I think half the thing about all of this is that for me, sometimes I just put stuff out because I feel like I have to. I'm like, oh, this is what I do sometimes. I have to just like get this out. And then I'm not like really connecting with a community. But leave me a comment and make me respond to it, because sometimes I'm bad at that. Even when people do leave me comments, I forget to respond to them. Sorry, but I'm gonna be better about that, okay? So actually, please leave me a comment. Tell me your favorite part of the video, or what you did for Thanksgiving, what's on your Christmas list. I don't know. Your favorite song. Let me know something about you that I didn't know before, because I feel like that is kind of a key piece to what's going on here, okay? So leave me a comment, and then I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.